So you've decided to make kefir at home because it's one of the best probiotic foods for good gut health. My name is Olya with Holistic Homestead Life, and today I'm going to walk you through the steps. I'm also going to tell you exactly what you need. I will link everything down below, and I'll show you how easy it is. I highly recommend that you save this video so when you get all of your things together, you can rewatch it and have it handy. Let's start with what you'll need. You will need kefir grains, dehydrated or from a friend. For dehydrated grains, follow the instructions on the package to revive them. For live grains obtained from a friend, you'll be able to start making your own batch immediately. They will typically be given to you in a jar with some milk and will look like this. You will need some fresh milk. I recommend when starting your first few batches to get whole milk. You can switch to low-fat milk and periodically give them a little bit of a boost with some whole milk to keep them healthy. You will need a silicone spatula, wide-mouth mason jars, either quart or half-gallon size, mason jar rings. I recommend these plastic ones, coffee filters or a piece of a lint-free cloth, a jar funnel, a plastic sieve, and some white vinegar. So far, if this is helpful, just a reminder to like and subscribe. So now let's get started. Make sure everything is clean. That includes your jar and your tools. You can use vinegar to spray them down or wipe them down and let it sit for a few seconds before rinsing them off and shaking off the excess water. Pour the milk into the jar, leaving about an inch or two at the top. How much milk you begin with will depend on how much kefir grains you are starting out with. The ratio is 1 tablespoon of grains to 1 cup of milk. As your grains convert the milk to kefir, they're going to grow in size, which means that you can increase how much milk you give them over time. Put the grains into the milk. Cover the jar with a coffee filter. Put the mason jar ring or a rubber band over the jar opening, securing the coffee filter in place. Place your jar in a warm part of your home. Optimal temperatures for making kefir is anywhere from 65 to 85 degrees. If your home is typically on the colder side, then it will take a little bit longer to make the kefir, up to 3 to 4 days. If it's summertime and your home is very warm, it will take as little as 24 to 48 hours. The way that you will know that your kefir is done, this is what it will look like. Once the kefir is finished, you're going to filter out the kefir grains. You'll need a clean jar. You'll want to sterilize all of your tools like the first time. Place the plastic funnel into the clean jar. Set your sieve inside of that and pour a little bit of your kefir out. Use your plastic spatula to press the kefir through the holes in the sieve. You're going to do this until you filtered all of the kefir into your new jar, leaving you with your kefir grains that you can now place into a new jar of milk and start the process all over again. Make sure that you store the finished kefir in the fridge and enjoy it within 1 to 2 weeks. The longer it sits there, the more fermented it will become. If you're needing to take a break from making kefir or you're going on vacation, simply place the grains into a fresh jar of milk and place it at the back of the fridge. You can safely store them there for up to 2 weeks and sometimes even longer. True story, I've actually forgotten about a jar of kefir grains and they were in my fridge for over a year. I was able to revive them and make kefir again a year later. This is possible, but not recommended. And lastly, enjoy your kefir. And if you want to learn more about why it's such an incredible probiotic food, make sure you've checked out my other video.